You've seen those ancient paintings, right? Cats that look really hilarious with human eyes. And you think, did people back then even know what a cat looks like? They did. They just didn't draw what they saw. They drew what they knew. Here's the thing. Ancient artists weren't trying to copy reality. They were trying to explain it. When an Egyptian drew a cat, he wasn't thinking about fur texture or cute paws. He was thinking about protection, mystery, the goddess Bastet, the spirit behind the cat. That was more important than proportions. So if you look at those stiff cat drawings and laugh, remember, you're looking with 21st century eyes. They were looking with 3,000-year-old minds. We think we see the world, but what we actually do is guess it. Our brains don't record reality. They rebuild it from memory and pattern. That's why kids draw people as circles with sticks. And it's the same reason ancient people drew cats like sacred emojis. They drew the idea of catness, the parts that mattered most. The eyes, the pose, the posture of control. For them, that was realism. Because realism meant truth, not accuracy. And there's something else. For ancient cultures, drawing wasn't decoration. It was ritual. To draw something was to summon it. So if you painted a cat, you weren't sketching a pet. You were bringing its power into your home. That's why the proportions don't make sense. It wasn't about physics. It was about presence. Art wasn't a copy. It was a spell. Funny thing is, we look at those drawings and think, primitive. But if some archaeologist in 5000 AD saw our TikToks, they'd say the same. Why did they record themselves dancing instead of talking? Why were their faces all distorted with filters? We're just as symbolic. Realism isn't the natural way to see. It's a fashion. Before the Renaissance, nobody cared if it looked real. They cared if it felt true. Art wasn't about the world outside. It was about the world inside. So when you laugh at an ancient cat that looks like a potato, remember, that drawing lasted 3,000 years. Your last selfie lasted 12 hours. Maybe ancient people weren't bad at drawing. Maybe they were just better at seeing what matters. Because art isn't how the world looks. It's how it feels to exist in it.